never get the best of me. Shut up when I speak. You're all talk, but the walk is cheap. So get up and get out. Time to face the reality. I'm a monster from your dreams. You don't wanna see the side of me. So get up and get out.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's Championship Monday and we are live in Columbus, Ohio. Welcome to Monday Night Raw. And we are kicking off this week's episode of Raw with a grudge match as Kevin Owens makes his way to the ring. And Owens tonight set for singles action, but it was last week where Kevin Owens participated in that grueling 8-man gauntlet match to declare a new number one contender for Shinsuke Nakamura's WWE Championship. That of course was won by Lars Sullivan, and Sullivan will compete in our main event tonight to challenge the WWE Champion. But as for Kevin Owens, he had the hardest task of them all during that gauntlet match. He started things out, and unfortunately he came up at a loss when he faced off against Seth Rollins. But it was what happened after Kevin Owens was taken out of the gauntlet match. As Owens made his way up the ring ramp, he encountered the heavy of Sami Zayn, Jackson Ryker, and Jackson Ryker delivered a message from Sami Zayn to Kevin Owens, driving him down on the stage and ring ramp. And tonight, well, these two will face off. Kevin Owens takes on Jackson Ryker, and Sami Zayn is back. Of course, Sami Zayn was supposed to feature in the 8-man gauntlet match, but could not participate after receiving that apron powerbomb from Kevin Owens 2 weeks ago. So these former best friends now involved in this bitter rivalry, and it continues, and now we throw Jackson Ryker into the mix. I mean, well, it is a combustible atmosphere to start Raw, and as I mentioned, it is indeed Championship Monday. 3 championships on the line here this evening. But let's focus on the matchup at hand, as Owens comes out the corner and a boot to the midsection of Ryker. Kevin Owens clearly has not forgotten the damage that was done by Jackson Ryker after Owens had been in the matchup last week, the gauntlet match, for close to 30 minutes. A great outing for Kevin Owens, but it was not enough as Owens came in for the clothesline. Ryker got out the way. This is our first look at Jackson Ryker in the ring, making his debut tonight on Raw, and Sami Zayn in his opening stages is liking what he sees. Ryker sends Owens to the corner, knife edge chop and a second. Not for a third, but a big boot by Kevin Owens got him out of trouble, but again Ryker ducks underneath, and you just have to think about Kevin Owens and his conditioning, because like I said, he was involved in that gauntlet match for close to 30 minutes, and then tonight he's now up against Ryker, and as you can tell, Ryker means business. Oh, and driving the point of the elbow into the side of the face of Kevin Owens, and now putting the boots to KO. And whether or not you like Sami Zayn, you have to admit this was a smart move to bring Jackson Ryker into the fold as part of his crusade. This guy is a powerhouse. A former Lance Corporal in the military, a gunner, So well trained is Jackson Ryker. And another chop, no nonsense approach from Ryker, picking up Kevin Owens like he weighs nothing. Look at this. Crowd not enjoying Jackson Ryker, but you cannot stand by and not be impressed. Sami Zayn enjoying what he sees, probably the only person in attendance at the moment. The rest of the crowd here in Columbus, Ohio, firmly behind KO. And Owens slow to get to his feet, up to a knee, now back up to a standing position and swipes away Jackson Ryker. A shot and Ryker kicks out. Not even a 1 count and Ryker's already back up. Owens having to keep the pressure on. Delivers a knee now, dragging Ryker towards the corner. Crowd here getting behind KO. As Owens puts the boot to the jaw. Have a little look at Zayn. You must keep your eye on Sami Zayn. Zayn will be looking to try and maximise his attendance as much as he can. If he can get involved, he will. We know that. We don't want that to happen. We don't want this becoming a 2-on-1 contest. A pin by Kevin Owens and Ryker kicks out again. And Owens looks tired. You know, last week, that gauntlet match, it must have affected him. But Kevin Owens living up to the motto of fight, Owens, fight. And Ryker rolls to the outside just to catch a breath maybe. And Owens is coming right after him. And in doing so, almost walked right into the trap of Jackson Ryker. Referee starting the count. And we're going to get to see what Ryker's like on the outside of the ring. If it's anything like we saw up on the ring ramp, he's a dangerous individual. Well, drove Kevin Owens into the barricade, brought him back into the ring. And however you look at this, Ryker, wow, before I say what I was going to say, that was very impressive and he could have the first win here on Raw, but no, Kevin Owens just about kicked out, picking up Owens from the ring mat up onto his shoulder and a running power slam. By goodness. As I was saying, Sami Zayn, however this matchup unfolds, will certainly enjoy the punishment that's been dished out to Kevin Owens, and Owens replies with a super kick, hooks the leg, 1, 2, and Ryker kicks out at 2, but Kevin Owens making inroads against the gunner. And Ryker, oh look, takes up and driving the knee and hangs on a second and a third. Yes! And you see Ryker just take a look at Sami Zayn, almost for approval, like, am I doing the job that's expected of me, boss? And Zayn, well, he looks very happy. But Kevin Owens is still in this contest. And as long as Owens is in the contest, he has every chance at putting you away. He is only a pop-up powerbomb or a stunner away from victory. And both moves can be hit at the slightest moment, but so can that forearm from Jackson Ryker. Owens finds a way to escape the clutch of Ryker and delivers a knee. Boot to the midsection by KO. And Owens looking to take a risk here. Ryker on the outside, right in front of Sami Zayn. Cannonball! And Sami Zayn, Zayn coming over and standing in the way, so Owens can't do any more damage. A little stare down between the former friends, and wow. Zayn protecting his asset. Kevin Owens could have got stuck in, done more damage to Ryker, but Owens instead encountered Zayn, who played a massive part. And now Ryker back in control, thanks to the interference of Sami Zayn. And he didn't even have to lift a finger. Goodness me. And the referee up to the count of 7. And Ryker back in, and Zayn happy with the progress. Takes up Owens. Great strength, but Owens with the knee. Counter. Knife edge chop. And a second. Headbutt from Kevin Owens. And now sends Ryker off the ropes. Takes him up and down. Back body drop. Oh, Ryker rolled out the way. Owens steps round the back. Comes forward. Walks straight into. Packages him up. Fall away package pile driver by Owens. Well, this is the best spell that Kevin Owens has had. He just needs to keep the pressure up. Sami Zayn has played his damnedest to try and get involved in this contest. It hasn't worked out. Cannonball from KO in the corner, and Zayn once again distracting Owens, and an exchange of words again between the two. Ryker up to a knee, but this time the distraction was not long enough. Kevin Owens wise to the games that Sami Zayn likes to play. Big chop. Ryker replies. Look at Ryker's face. Red marks from that headbutt from Kevin Owens. But somehow Ryker. Flat suplex from Ryker. Rolls through and drops Kevin Owens on the back of his neck. On Ryker. Like a barbarian in there. Comes forward and delivers a shot to the midsection. Went for a second. Kevin Owens puts the brakes on, not having any of it. And Owens, shot right into the mush of Jackson Ryker. Ryker turns around. Super kick. Another one. And Owens now heading to the promised land. Frog splash. Got him. 1, 2. And Ryker with the shoulder up, and Sami Zayn looked very worried, very sheepish. Zayn's pale complexion got a little more pale. Goodness me. And the knee, and Zayn's seen enough. Sami Zayn looking concerned, and you see Sami Zayn trying to undo the turnbuckle pad, just trying to do anything at the moment to stop the momentum of KO, and Ryker's up. Owens, walked right into it. No. 1, 2. And Kevin Owens. Owens gets the shoulder up. And this contest has gone how I didn't want it to. Into a 2-on-1. And it's all aided Jackson Ryker. Ryker grabs the throat of Kevin Owens. Owens reversed. Owens used his weight to take the momentum away from Ryker and back into favour of himself. Ryker. Oh no. Well, Ryker rolled out, and Zayn using this as an opportunity again to poke his nose. And look at this. Distracting Kevin Owens and giving Ryker all the time in the world to come back in. Ryker, here he comes. A miscalculation. And the Crusader, well, he's out of it. Stunner. A stunner from KO. Stuns Jackson Ryker, and he got him. Kevin Owens defeats Jackson Ryker, the heavy of Sami Zayn. And Sami Zayn tried his damnedest to cost KO the contest, but it did not work, and in the end, the constant interference from Sami Zayn came back to cost Ryker. Here is how the matchup unfolded. You see the knee driven into the back of the head. This was where it really got down to breaking point. The reversal of the choke slam, then the stunner. But of course, Sami Zayn, his constant interference really played a part, and played a part in the undoing of Zayn and Ryker. Kevin Owens picks up the W. And look out! Spear! Roman Reigns! Where on earth did he come from? Oh, well, Reigns was eliminated in that gauntlet match by Owens. God damn it. Oh, well, there's AJ Styles and Finn Balor of the OC, and Styles making it clear that last week he had Lars Sullivan beat and that it should be him wrestling the WWE Champion Shinsuke Nakamura tonight. But once again, Ricochet poked his nose in OC's business, and that cost him the match. And AJ Styles, wanting a big favour from the Intercontinental Champion, asking Finn Balor to teach Ricochet a lesson once and for all. And Finn Balor, abiding by club rules. He believes that after tonight, Ricochet will no longer be a problem for the OC. And ladies and gentlemen, that is our next matchup here tonight. Intercontinental Championship action. The championship on the line as the one and only Ricochet makes his way to the ring. And he has been a real thorn in the side of the OC. They can't keep Ricochet down. He is a fighter. He comes back for more. And Ricochet now challenging for the Intercontinental Championship. And can you imagine if Ricochet could get the job done and take that Intercontinental Championship away from the OC after all the momentum that the OC has built over the past few weeks? First, re-recruiting Finn Balor, the Intercontinental Champion, and Balor making sure he retained the Intercontinental Championship against Seth Rollins in that championship rematch. Then of course, Gallows and Anderson, the club representing the OC, picking up the Raw Tag Team titles against the Street Profits on an episode of Raw Dark. So the OC have been winning constantly, but Phase 3 didn't come off last week in the 8-man gauntlet match. AJ Styles believed that he would win that and he would be facing Shinsuke Nakamura tonight. It didn't happen. Much to the efforts of Finn Balor and AJ Styles, it was Lars Sullivan who came out on top. And let's give a huge assist to Ricochet, who did indeed interfere. He came back into the ring after being put out by Finn Balor. Finn Balor, of course, eliminated by Ricochet, then gave a reverse 1916 to Ricochet to enable AJ Styles to advance. But Ricochet came back to the ring. He got involved. The referee was dealing with Ricochet, and that enabled Lars Sullivan to recover, get to his feet, and deliver a freak accident that would give the Freak the victory. Finn Balor did all he could on the night to really push for the OC to challenge for the WWE Championship, but it was not enough. But the Intercontinental Championship still resides around Balor's waist, well, up until tonight, because it could all change if Ricochet can indeed knock off Finn Balor. And of course I did say that this is Championship Monday, and this is the first of 3 championship matches here on Raw tonight. We have the Women's Championship to be contested later on, and then we have the big one, the WWE Championship match, in what I believe is Shinsuke Nakamura's toughest defense to date, going one-on-one with the Freak Lars Sullivan. Shinsuke Nakamura has not faced a superstar like Lars Sullivan in his championship reign. It is going to be very interesting. The outcome of tonight could change the complexion of Monday nights. Championships could change hands, and we're about to get stuck in to our very first championship contest right here, right now. And I want to thank each and every one of you for joining us. I hope you're all staying safe. And I hope that this series of Universe is keeping you entertained while you're staying at home, as the official shows the championship to Ricochet. The challenger takes a good look. And that's what it's about. The Intercontinental Championship. And if you are, of course, enjoying this season of Universe, make sure you are subscribed to the channel with the notification bell turned on so you stay up to date with everything for this season of Universe. And please do as well hit that like button. It's always appreciated. As these two tie up for the first time, and this championship contest underway, and it's Finn Balor applying the pressure first to the one and only Ricochet, and down goes Ricochet. And we'll stare down between the two, and then tying up once again. Headlock by Balor to Ricochet, elbow to the back of the neck. And don't forget that we all thought that Finn Balor was coming to the aid of Ricochet when the OC were delivering a beatdown, and instead Finn Balor turned his back on Ricochet. Punches to the gut by the Intercontinental Champion, breaks free of Ricochet. Ricochet with a boot to the midsection. Neither man wanting to give the other an inch at this stage, as Ricochet ducks underneath, leapfrog over the top and takes up and down with a German suplex by Ricochet. Nice. Oh, and then the double knees. That even caught me off guard. Nice start by Ricochet, who's already made a move to the second rope, and you've got to keep an eye on Ricochet. He's here, there and everywhere. Balor comes round. Ricochet, DDT, and a beauty. That was really smart. One, just a one count. But that's just an example of how quick Ricochet can be and rotate his body and hit such an impact maneuver out of a position that's unexpected. Expect the unexpected when Ricochet is in the ring. Elbow right between the eyes of Balor. And Balor sent to the corner. Ricochet comes in. Catches him in the midsection. Heads to the top again. And Balor this time aware. Balor kept an eye on Ricochet. Stopped him as he hit the top rope. And Balor's now up there as well, perched in a precarious position. Both men, and Balor takes up and down goes Ricochet. Balor was smart there. Kept an eye on Ricochet. Knew Ricochet would be on the move, looking for an aerial maneuver, and he got caught out. And now Ricochet caught in a tree of woe, hung upside down. And where is Balor going? Balor also a risk taker, maybe not as much as Ricochet, but the double foot stomp. This one could be over. 1, 2, on Ricochet, just got the shoulder up, but Balor got all of that double foot stomp. Ricochet tried to sit up to untangle himself from the tree of woe instead. Tree of woe. Instead, got a chest full of feet of Finn Balor. But Ricochet still in the contest and delivers a European uppercut. Now sends Finn Balor off the ropes. See the red chest of Balor. He might have a red chin after that big boot. By goodness, got caught. Ricochet wants him up. Ricochet comes forward. Ooh, dumps him on the back of the head. Holds on for the pin. Could we have a new Intercontinental Champion? No. Balor powers out at 2. And Ricochet, as I said, blink and you will miss it. On the move again. Now he's on the apron. Heads up. Springs into action. And a forearm. Or a European uppercut. I'm sure AJ Styles won't like that move. Very much reminded me of his phenomenal forearm. Maybe a little jab at the OC leader. Or went for the discus forearm. Didn't get it. Instead, Balor got the forearm and it drops Ricochet down to a knee. Heads off the rope and catches him with the side drop kick. Great contest thus far. Fast-paced, quick action. Who is going to leave tonight Intercontinental Champion? Will Finn Balor live up to his promise made to AJ Styles to ensure that Ricochet will no longer play any more issues in OC business. Balor taunting the fans and giving Ricochet a chance to get back up, and Ricochet 1, 2, on. Well, Balor escapes and does one better, counters, and Finn Balor, very close for both men. One moment the championship could have gone to Ricochet, the second could have gone to Balor. And it's absolutely amazing how different the fans' reception is now to Finn Balor to what it was, say, a couple of months ago. Finn Balor was a fan favourite, the crowd absolutely adored him. Now, not so much. Not at all, in fact. Seeing this more sneaky, vindictive side since he joined the OC. It's not too sweet, in my opinion. It's bittersweet. But Ricochet, focused, DDT on the ring apron. My goodness. And I was informed that the ring apron is not the hardest part of the ring, so I won't be saying that. That is the ring post. So, the second hardest part of the ring. Nevertheless, the damage was done. Finn Balor's head bounced off that ring apron. And I don't even know how Balor's on his feet, let alone being able to respond. Referee up to the count of 6. Are we going to get a count out here in this Intercontinental Championship match? They are a long way from home. Finn Balor will need to get Ricochet back into the ring, or vice versa, and referee up to 8, and Balor's looking for the count out. 9, Ricochet makes it in, comes into the ring and runs straight into a sling blade. Balor played for it. A great play by Finn Balor, and it draws him a 2. Well, Balor really outworked Ricochet there. Went for the count out. Ricochet hits the ring, runs into a sling blade, and now Balor's back in control. And Balor just trying to slow things down here for the first time in the match. It has gone at 100 miles per hour. Just trying to draw things back a bit because Ricochet likes to keep that pace, and Ricochet again tries to turn it up a notch, and he does, and he turns Finn Balor inside out. European uppercut from Ricochet, the challenger, Intercontinental Championship action if you're just joining us. On a night where we've already seen Kevin Owens knock off Jackson Ryker, much to the dismay of Sami Zayn. Championship Monday, 3 titles on the line. Where have you been? Clothesline by Ricochet. You should be self-isolating. Join us. And Ricochet. Wow. Haven't done this in a long time, but wah-wah-wee-wah. He deserved it. And the crowd cheering on Ricochet. Ricochet heading up to the top rope. Crawling up. Finn Balor. And oh, wow. Roundhouse kick. And Ricochet, again, now in the corner. Here, there, everywhere. Here he comes, Balor. Oh, Balor snapped the arm. Balor buys himself time, and oh, Pele kick. And that's Ricochet. Well, Ricochet wisely rolled to the outside. He's out on his feet. He gets up, and Balor flies. Wah-wah-wee-wah. He deserved one too. Unbelievable action in our second contest. Referee now up to the count of 3. And Balor sends Ricochet right into the barricade. Elbow to the back of the neck. Referee up to the count of 6. 7. And Balor, well, he tried to draw the count out moments ago. Is he going for it again? No. Sends Ricochet back in. And Balor heads back in as well. The champion wants to win this, rightfully so, in the middle of the ring. If he wants to put an end or put to bed Ricochet once and for all, that's a wise move. It's a bold move. As Ricochet ducks underneath, leapfrog by Ricochet, went for that bicycle kick boot, did not get it this time, instead taken up by Balor onto the shoulders and drives the shin right into the jaw of Ricochet. Balor sends Ricochet to the corner, runs into an elbow. Goodness me, he ran into that with velocity and driven down into the mat. Flatlined. And Ricochet has a think about it. Is he going for the 630? Could he beat? Well, Balor. Oh, Balor wisely rolled over and then made sure he made it very awkward and runs away. Finn Balor runs away, but he doesn't get away. There is no escape. He thought he was safe. No one's safe. Ricochet, again, death-defying, flies through the sky. And Finn Balor doesn't even know it. He's behind you. Oh! What a contest. Referee up to 6. 7 now. And the official reading the riot act, but Ricochet is back and he's back in plenty of time. And grabs Finn Balor by the back of the neck. The champion is reeling. He tried to catch a breath, he couldn't. And Ricochet springs into action again and springs with a moonsault from the second rope and a standing moonsault for good measure. Has Ricochet got the number of the Intercontinental Champion? It looks like it right now. Rolls through. Holds on to Balor. Takes him up. Oh, well, he might have been looking for the Falcon's Arrow, maybe. Didn't get it instead. Reverse 1916. What a counter from Balor. 1, 2, and Balor nearly got him. That was close. That was the closest so far that either man has come to winning this match. Oh, and Balor getting going. Lines it up. Shotgun drop kick. Buried the barrel. And now heads to the top. Ready for the drop. Finn Balor. Oh, no. No. Recoil! And Ricochet, what a turn of events! Is he gonna hit it? 630 missed! Ricochet missed it! Balor! 1916! Impaled him into the mat! 1, 2, 3, Finn Balor retains the Intercontinental Championship. What a cracking contest between these two. It was back and forth, a 50-50 matchup, and Ricochet came so close on so many occasions, but in the closing stages, Finn Balor would come out on top. Here you see it, Balor went for the shotgun drop kick, got it, both barrels. And then this, went for the coup de grace, but Ricochet got out the way. Ricochet delivered the recoil. And at this point, I thought we were on the verge of crowning a new Intercontinental Champion. But Ricochet missed the 630. And Balor impaled him with a 1916. And Finn Balor lives up to his word, lives up to his promise to AJ Styles. He indeed said that he would stop Ricochet tonight, and he has got the job done. Finn Balor retains for the OC. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's good to see this. A recovery update from Matt Hardy, who was attacked by Lars Sullivan a couple of weeks ago. Matt Hardy on the mend, on the road to recovery. We'll keep you posted and updated of any further updates. Welcome back to Monday Night Raw, and it is time for our second championship contest here this evening. Mandy Rose, who is 2-0, she has not tasted defeat in this season of Universe, and Mandy Rose has earned her shot at the Women's Champion here on Raw. Ember Moon, of course, Ember Moon winning the championship, becoming the first champion here on Raw since the draft. Just remember, Shayna Baszler moved to SmackDown, which meant nobody had the Women's Championship here on Monday nights. Eric Bischoff introducing the Raw Women's Championship, and it was a contest at Backlash between Becky Lynch and Ember Moon, where Ember Moon came out on top, and Mandy Rose now gets her chance. This is what Mandy Rose has been championing for, albeit under controversial circumstances, because each time we've seen Mandy Rose in action, she has received a helping hand from Sonya Deville. So, Deville once again at ringside, and that is questionable whether or not that's going to pose a problem here for Ember Moon. But Ember Moon will not be concerned about that. She was counted out in the matchup at Backlash. Many thought she did not stand a chance against Becky Lynch, and everybody had the odds on for the man to leave Backlash as the Raw Women's Champion, but it didn't happen. Ember Moon stood up, showed great resilience, and she walked away as champion. Now she defends her championship tonight against, well, what many would say is a very cunning Mandy Rose. She plays the game well, she's smart, she's manipulative, and she's also got that equalizer in her corner, which is Sonya Deville. And if you didn't catch the episode of Raw Dark last week, well, what are you doing? You're missing out. Go and watch it on demand, because Ember Moon took on Sonya Deville. It was a hard-fought contest. If you want to see the outcome, you can go and check it out right now on my YouTube channel. But it's safe to say that Sonya Deville definitely gave Ember Moon a run for her money, and in doing so, she might just have softened up Ember for this championship contest tonight. As Ember Moon relinquishes the Women's Championship here on Raw, and the challenger Mandy Rose checks out the championship that she wants to bring home. The Raw Women's Championship, our second championship contest. We still have the WWE Championship. Shinsuke Nakamura will be in action tonight, taking on the Freak, Lars Sullivan. And Ember Moon walked straight into a slap from Mandy Rose, and if Ember Moon wasn't prepared for this matchup, she certainly will after that slap and after that big boot. And Mandy Rose not wasting any time, and Rose trying to get the victory early and get this one over with, and instead gets a 1 count. Ember kicking out at 1, but a wake-up call for the champion if she was underestimating Mandy Rose, which would be wise not to do so. Mandy Rose has not picked up a loss. And Ember Moon with those kicks puts down Rose in the corner. Nice move by the champion, and a few boos. A few fans here tonight backing Mandy Rose. Takes up and over Ember Moon. And all the while, Sonya Deville looks on. Ember Moon with a chop. Goes for a second, blocked by Rose. Rose with an elbow. And Mandy Rose will be looking to deliver that bed of roses, her finishing manoeuvre. But likewise, Ember Moon will be looking to deliver the Eclipse, that devastating spiralling stunner from the top rope, as Ember Moon, nearly took the championship back straight away. But Mandy Rose kicked out, and this contest continues, and her hopes are still alive of taking that title away from Moon. Rolls through, sunset flip, by Ember. And this time just gets a 1 count. Mandy Rose able to gather her bearings to kick out a bit earlier this time. Oh, and a stiff forearm shot. And we'll have to see, really, Ember Moon, a relatively new champion. So will there be any naivety in tonight's defence? I'd like to think not, but you never know. It's almost like she's walked into the lion's den as such, because she has got Sonya Deville watching on at ringside, helping Mandy Rose, and Mandy Rose celebrating, liking what she's done, and she's allowed Ember Moon to get to her feet. That is not smart. Catches the boot, does Moon, the champion. Oh, went to rifle her with that forearm. Instead, Moon, Luther's press gets caught, and Mandy Rose unloads on Ember Moon. The challenger delivering the elbow. A few moves from the locker of Stone Cold Steve Austin, the Luther's press, and the diving double elbow from the second rope. Uncharacteristic of Rose, I'd say. Movesets, ladies and gentlemen. Movesets. As Ember Moon knocks back, Mandy Rose ducks underneath. Oh, Hurricane Rana, nicely done by Ember. And Sonya Deville had to look away for a moment. Didn't like what she saw, crowd did though. And Ember, so intense, screams and comes running in with a double knee, and Mandy Rose crumbles down to the mat. Just getting back to her feet now slowly. Ember wants her up. Here comes Moon. Went for the forearm, got blocked. Mandy Rose delivers the knee, and now trying to just calm things down here, take the sting out of the battle. We've already seen one championship be retained. Finn Balor retained the Intercontinental Championship moments ago in an epic contest against Ricochet. So things in favour of the champions so far tonight. Only one match though. And Ember sends Rose off the ropes. Power slam. We saw one from Mandy moments ago, and Ember Moon saying, whatever you can do, I can do better. Wow, well, Mandy Rose is a long, long way. Ember Moon. Oh, she got it. Great drop kick. 1, 2. Oh, and Rose kicks out at 2. Didn't think she would get that. She did, and she didn't get that. Missed the knee, and might have even tweaked the knee, damaged the knee, and in doing so, a DDT from Mandy Rose. Pinner, she does. 1, 2, on. Ember Moon kicks out. Sonya Deville getting more and more active on the outside as this match progresses. And Mandy Rose, 1, 2, on! Goodness me, Ember Moon. Barely kicked out. This is a great challenge for Mandy Rose. If she's going to put her away, it's likely to be now with all the momentum, but instead gets caught with a forearm. Ember Moon still has something in the tank. And Ember composing herself, heading up. Is she looking for that eclipse? Calling her up. Sonya Deville can simply look on, goes for it all. Well, maybe Deville gave her the heads up. It was right in front of Sonya Deville, and Mandy Rose sidestepped it. Elbow from the top. The challenger. 1, 2, and oh, champion with the shoulder. Mandy Rose questioning our official. She thought she had her best moments in this matchup so far. And you have to ask yourself, how many times can you come close? You know, if you can't put your opponent away, it can be taken away from you. And Ember Moon might just do that. stiff shot to the challenger. Sonya Deville covers her face. A bit worried now about Mandy Rose. Maybe Mandy Rose is spent. Both ladies tired, but Ember Moon able to deliver that jumping knee. Now taking a high risk, Mandy Rose in a dangerous position. Look at this for a camera angle. Superplex from the top. Champion gutting it out. Sends Rose to the corner. Here she comes. Boom! Ember got her. And Sonya Deville trying to get involved, trying to get the attention of the champion, but the champion is having none of it. Fully focused on the task. Is she going to go for that eclipse for the second time? She's perched. She waits. She gets her. This one's over. Oh, wait a minute. No, not now. Ember Moon being cost this match by Sonya Deville, our official, saying get down, but oh, for God's sake. What timing from Sonya Deville to step up to try and make sure that this match would not be over, but it might be now. Bed of roses. 1, 2, 3. We have a new women's champion here on Raw. Mandy Rose picks up the W, and she picks up her first women's championship. By goodness, give a huge assist to Sonya Deville. Here you see what happened. Ember Moon, well, this time she got the eclipse, and as she went for the pin, referee goes down to make the count, and Sonya Deville steps in, got up on the apron, interfered, and it enabled the time for Mandy Rose to recover and deliver the bed of roses, which would capture her Raw Women's Championship gold. And Mandy Rose, very happy. You have to congratulate her. I mean, the circumstances, again, very questionable, much like her first 2 wins, but she's done it. It's official. Mandy Rose is your Raw Women's Champion. Sonya Deville applauding on. And how much did Sonya Deville soften up Ember Moon on Raw Dark? Many factors, but a new champion. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we have just seen one championship change hands, and up next, it's the big one on Championship Monday. Lars Sullivan challenges WWE Champion Shinsuke Nakamura. Here we go. Welcome back to Monday Night Raw, and it is time for your main event. As the challenger makes his way to the ring, the Freak, Lars Sullivan, who won the 8-man gauntlet match last week. He had the best spot. He was the final entrant in the gauntlet. However, what he didn't bargain for was an all-out assault from the OC. Gallows and Anderson attacked him on the way to the ring, delivered the magic killer. But Lars Sullivan rised like a phoenix from the ashes, picking out AJ Styles in midair as Styles went for the forearm and drove him down into the mat with a freak accident. And that enabled Lars Sullivan to be the man that stands here tonight, or should I say to be the freak that stands here tonight to challenge Shinsuke Nakamura. And I have to admit, I believe I've said this before, that this is the toughest championship defense for Shinsuke Nakamura to date, and I don't believe that the King of Strong Style has encountered anyone like this in his championship defense, albeit maybe in his entire career. So, it is time. Will the record stay intact? Will Shinsuke Nakamura retain his WWE Championship, or does it all come to an end at the hands of the Freak? Nakamura making his entrance, looking as confident as ever, unfazed. He was unfazed when he walked into Minneapolis, Minnesota at WrestleMania, the home state of the Beast Incarnate at the time, the WWE Champion Brock Lesnar, and left still undefeated and left with championship gold. And just the same, he walks with the same swagger here tonight to take on another beast, well, a freak in Lars Sullivan. Boy oh boy, this is a huge matchup, a pay-per-view worthy matchup, and you're getting it tonight, the third and final championship contest here on Raw. Championship Monday we called it, and it is the culmination right here, right now. I hope you're all enjoying this evening's action, and if you are, please do drop a like on the video and make sure you are subscribed to the channel with the notification bell turned on so you stay up to date with every single episode of this season of Universe. Here we go. Championship handed over to our official, and Lars Sullivan simply nods. He's ready. The WWE Championship on the line. Eric Bischoff set up the gauntlet match to make this matchup this evening. Nakamura's undefeated record is in the balance, so is the championship, and the champion stuns Lars Sullivan early, but Sullivan only dropped to a knee. Nakamura hits the ropes, a dropkick just stumbles Lars Sullivan, who shoves the champion away. A knife-edge chop, Nakamura with two, doesn't knock the challenger off his feet yet. Oh, look at this. Oh! Well, all that effort, and it's the freak that puts the champion down first. Nakamura comes forward, delivers a knee after a chop, having another crack at this. And Sullivan, his chest is red, but again, it's the champion that goes down. Nakamura takes a look, comes straight back forward, forearm, kick to the head, sends Lars Sullivan off the ropes. Nakamura, can't do it. Comes forward for another go, another crack at Sullivan, and Sullivan grabs Nakamura by the hair, drags him to the corner, and it's all the challenger in the opening stage, albeit that I would say that Nakamura has been the more offensive, but that offense has been nullified. Picking up the champion. Oh, Nakamura counters. And now drags Sullivan to the corner. Begrudgingly, Sullivan hits the corner kick from Nakamura. A second, went for a third. Sullivan stops and switches. And then a clubbing shot and a second by the freak, and goes back to the midsection of Shinsuke Nakamura. Oh! Well, so far, the trademark kicks of Shinsuke Nakamura and the educated knees are proving nothing. Oh my! Sullivan has not left his feet unless he is providing the offense. Nakamura has been unable to knock Sullivan down, and Sullivan having another mental breakdown here as the freak crushes the champion in the corner. If you're just joining us here on Championship Monday, we've already seen one championship change hands and one championship be successfully defended. You can also watch this episode on demand after the premiere. Oh, and Lars Sullivan cuts down Shinsuke Nakamura, and I have not seen this before, the champion having to retreat. Referee starting the count. Lars Sullivan cannot win the WWE Championship via a count out, so he will have to be careful. Can't win it via disqualification either. Obvious rules, but reminding the freak. Sullivan tries Nakamura again, and at the moment it's just about inflicting damage to the WWE Champion. Up to 7, and Sullivan brings in Shinsuke Nakamura. Referee was about to hit 8. Matchup continues. Scoops up and slams down Nakamura. And Sullivan heads to that second rope. Not a place you'd want to be in. And he went for that splash. Imagine that man coming down and clattering you, and Nakamura delivers a knee. It's the first time that Sullivan has been off his feet, and it was his own doing. Wasn't anything by Nakamura there. Headbutt to the back of the neck. Sullivan is already up, and Sullivan is already back in control. So far, it has all been the challenger. Launched across the ring, manhandled, freak handled. Nakamura back up, or Nakamura bounced up, came in with a drop kick, and he was just cast aside. Oh! Well, I've got to be honest, this is even more impressive than the Beast Incarnate. Unfazed is Lars Sullivan so far in this matchup. Powerbomb to the champion, and Shinsuke Nakamura has not been able to find anything yet that has fazed Lars Sullivan. Is this his destiny to become champion tonight? The diving headbutt. Is this Lars' time? Is this the Freak's time? No. Nakamura kicked out at 2. But the champion is seriously at risk, and not just losing his record. This could be his first loss, but also losing the WWE Championship. Stiff shot from Lars Sullivan sends Nakamura back. You can see Nakamura tired already. This offense and this effort that Nakamura is having to put in against Lars, and it's having no effect. Nakamura jacks the jaw. Sullivan hasn't left his feet yet from offense from Nakamura. He gets him. He got him now. Caught Lars Sullivan on the back of the skull with the second kick for Sullivan. Wow. Rolls through sunset flip. 1, 2, oh. And Lars Sullivan is deceptively quick for a man his size. Or a freak his size, and Nakamura, kick to the midsection, puts down Sullivan, and a shining wizard to follow. 1, just 1. Sullivan again on the move, look at the speed, and drives the knee into the back. He can move when he has to, and the freak now ready to dish out more offense. Well, Nakamura made a dent, I'll call it a mark, in Lars Sullivan's offense, but it didn't last long. In fact, it lasted barely more than a couple of seconds, and the freak is back in control, and the champion is slumped in the corner. And Nakamura is going to have to think on the fly at the moment. His game plan hasn't worked at all. Sullivan, went for the dive, went for the splash, didn't get it. Nakamura drives the knee, rocks Lars Sullivan, but Sullivan doesn't leave his feet, sent to the corner. Nakamura knee to the gut, and that knee did get through. Sullivan down, and now some good vibrations. Vintage Nakamura. That's more like it from the champion. And Nakamura drives the knee into the chest of the freak. The 300-pounder. 6 foot plus. Freak Lars Sullivan. Knee again from Nakamura. And now beginning to get through. Beginning to hurt the freak. Gradually, it's taken time. And how much has it taken out of Nakamura? Catches him. But you can see Nakamura unable to really capitalise immediately, and that time it does. It's only a 1. A 1 count at at this stage. And Nakamura now trying to keep Sullivan down, and Sullivan rolls through. And Sullivan, good God. Nakamura comes forward, headbutt, that claw-like hand, nullifying Shinsuke Nakamura. The WWE Champion is in trouble. His championship is in jeopardy, and his undefeated record is on the verge of being broken. Lars Sullivan, look at this, tying up Nakamura in all sorts of awkward positions. Nakamura's got to find a way out of this submission. He does. He catches him on the back of the head. Sullivan looks at him, and this time the drop kick comes off. I don't know how many of them Nakamura has hit, but that's the first one that puts Sullivan down, and Nakamura comes in and gets him again. And Nakamura wise to keep on Lars Sullivan at this stage. The breakthrough seems to be coming. And a running knee. And the referee up to the count of 4, and the fans now getting behind Nakamura. It has been a bumpy ride thus far for the WWE Champion. I mean, who expected anything less? This is Lars Sullivan. This is the freak of a man. Referee was up to 8. Nakamura, he's taking a risk here. I'm not sure if this is wise. We saw how Sullivan hit AJ Styles out the air, but he doesn't. He doesn't catch Nakamura. Nakamura got it all, and Nakamura gets a 2. First time in this match. Elbow. Right to that. Oh no, that hard skull. And Lars Sullivan. Nakamura. If he could take away one of the arms of Sullivan, that would be a great move. The freak now knows who he's in there with. The undefeated King of Strong Style, and the King of Strong Style beginning to show Lars Sullivan that he's willing to stand and go toe to toe, and if he does, that's what Lars Sullivan will give him back. Sullivan wanting him up. Challenger wants a bit of the champ. Came in like a steaming bull. Didn't get any of it though. And Nakamura gets a drop kick. Another pin. Nakamura almost going for broke here. And it's a 2. Nakamura trying to put the pressure. You see, hits a move, goes for a pin. Wants to wrap this up. He knows this is dangerous. Sullivan has dominated this contest for the most part, but Nakamura is getting through. Kick to the chest, and Sullivan does go down, and Sullivan not looking as strong as he did in the majority of this match, and a knee to the back of the head, and Sullivan falls to the outside. You cannot count out Shinsuke Nakamura. Stiff shot. These two now fighting on the outside. Sullivan, kick to the gut. No. Powerbomb on the concrete floor. Referee up to 7. Unforgiving out there. And that could be the move that changes this match once again. Swings it back in favour of Lars Sullivan, but instead it's Nakamura who swings through with the arm lock and the submission applied. Where did that come from? Referee asking the question of the freak who's caught in the clutch of Nakamura. Gets out. Does Lars Sullivan, and Nakamura didn't get to his feet quickly. Fatigue setting in, and the freak comes forward. But Nakamura replies, and Nakamura says, come on, and no. freak accident! Oh! Nakamura kicks out at 2. I mean, he almost asked for it, and Sullivan gave him it. A freak accident, but a 2 count. I think that's the first time we've ever seen a superstar kick out of the freak accident by Lars Sullivan. Nakamura is the first. And Sullivan back to the drawing board. I mean, he's got plenty of offense. But how many more of those can Shinsuke Nakamura take? We saw on Dark Sullivan deliver 3 to Gentleman Jack Gallagher for no reason at all. Just because he likes to dish them out. And Sullivan dumping Nakamura from the top rope. I mean, I'm not underestimating the impact of that move, but there's so much to talk about with Lars Sullivan. And Sullivan's already up on top, and he's looking for that headbutt, and Nakamura moved out the way. Second rope for Nakamura. Kinshasa, he didn't get all of it. Nakamura awkwardly hit the Kinshasa, both men down. And Nakamura, you can see the exhaustion, having to use the ropes to get to his feet. But he did catch Sullivan, and he's waiting for Lars. A second Kinshasa from the champion. 1, 2, 3, and Shinsuke Nakamura retains the WWE Championship under circumstances which in all honesty seem like his championship reign was slipping away. Nakamura wins, and this is how he did it. Here we go. Look at this. It was a back and forth contest. Nakamura could not get through. He delivered all of his offense, but Lars Sullivan shrugged it off for the most part and delivered this after being goaded from Nakamura. A freak accident, but this was his undoing. He went for that diving headbutt, and Nakamura with 2 Kinshasas. One didn't quite get the impact. The second one got it all, and it got him to retain the WWE Championship. What a night it has been. Thank you for joining us. Good night.